Okay, it's the next day. We got the valve cover off on the engine here. And one thing that I noticed is that, so injector number 3, so I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got a lot of rust. See if we can focus it there. Right there in the injector, it's got a bunch of rust in there. So it's not surprising that it got stuck open. But we got the upper and lower valve cover off. We're going to take this fuel return line off, and then injector hold down bolt, and then we'll be able to pull this injector out. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, next step, we gotta get this injector hold on bolt out. Gotta get that oil out. I think we get a rag. Here's going to be our next issue. I don't know if we're going to have this the right size. That might be an issue. Whew. Pretty big. Maybe. But it's probably going to be metric. Oh, way too big. Let me go get a different one. I have a feeling we won't have the right size. It'll be metric for sure. Oh, maybe. Sweet. Well, I guess we'll leave that bolt in there. There, now we just need to pry it up. Oh no, the injector cup came with it. Well, that's unfortunate. What's that rag? here, dude. I was kind of worried that this injector cup was going to come with it. I don't know if we can stick it back in or not, but might be able to. Just gotta clean it all up in there. Thing is, will this come off? Oh boy. See that O-ring right there? It was never really sealed in there. Why do we have two copper washers in here? It kind of looks like... I don't think it's supposed to have two washers on there. It's not a Bosch injector. It's like an aftermarket of some kind. I don't know if... Let's go check and see if my spare injector has that O-ring on there or not. I think we're gonna go with this one. But we'll get it all cleaned up first. Get it all cleaned up and then put that injector in. Okay. Yeah, this is crazy. It's got two of them on there. That is not supposed to be like that. So somebody's been in here and has changed these injectors previously, and they never took this. Never took that other washer out and just sent it. So let's see if they look the same, which they should. Yeah. Okay. I want to get this cleaned up a little bit though before we toss her in. Okay, I got injector all cleaned up and I got that cup cleaned up in there. We're ready to throw this in. I ended up taking the nozzle off and making sure that the needle was going to be good. But yeah, we're just gonna put a little Vaseline on this O-ring over here. See if we can do this with two hands, just so it doesn't cut the O-ring when it goes in. I need to hold down too. this with two hands. You know what? I'm just gonna set you up on the truck here. Okay, I'm gonna put this injector in, hold on, and then I gotta do a bunch of cleanup, clean all the surfaces up, and put everything back together. And then we'll see if the fuel runs. Okay, I think we're at a point now where we have everything put back together. I got everything back together there. I got the fuel pump running, as you can hear. Try to get some air to the system. A couple things to plug in, and I think we're ready to fire it up. See, hopefully this injector fixed it. Replacing this injector. It's a used injector, so time will tell, but yeah. Wants to. He's gonna cycle the glow plugs again. Oh, I hope it doesn't smoke so much. There, glow plugs came off. sucks. As you can probably hear, it's the same thing. What are the chances two injectors both being shot? Still number 3, like when I do the cylinder cutout, cut number 3 out and it doesn't really do anything. Oh, that sucks. Well, I really thought I was gonna have it there. Maybe it's a wiring issue. I mean, the other injector, it was like full of rust, as you'll see in the video, and so it's definitely an issue. I did put a used injector in there. I didn't really know any of the history on it. But I took the injector apart, it looked clean, it looked good. But that being said, doesn't mean that it's not working. Should have tested the solenoid. Well, that's frustrating. I'm gonna see if there's any codes. I don't think there will be, but we have a transmission control system fault and a glow plug heater indicator circuit. So that obviously will be like the light for the glow plugs when are on. So that's fine. Well, that sucks. Not sure what I'm going to do next. I think I'm going to check the harness and see if I'll check the resistance against the number 3 injector and see if the solenoid is screwed on it or not. But other than that, I don't know what else to do other than take it all apart again and try again. Dang it. I was really hoping that was going to work. But I'm going to go and warm up a little bit because it's pretty cold in here. Since I had the door open, let all the smoke out. But I'll keep you updated. Okay, so like I said, I was going to keep you updated, and I didn't want to leave that video all doom and gloom. You can tell I'm pretty choked there at the end, but that happens, man. That's just part of wrenching, part of mechanicking. Sometimes things don't go the way you think, and you got to go back to the drawing board. So what I ended up doing was I did end up checking all the solenoids, and I just went to the wiring harness. I checked all the solenoids for ohms, and they were all the same. They were all good good continuity between the whole harness and everything, so nothing really showed up there. So what I ended up doing is I took the whole valve cover and everything apart again, took the injector back out, and I ordered a borescope, and I put the borescope down the cylinder. I actually ended up doing it on each cylinder on the passenger side because I had it out anyway, so I ended up taking out all the injectors. But I'll post some pictures here, and you'll see that number 3 piston, it's pretty oily on the top of that piston, so you can tell it hasn't really been firing on that one. So not too sure why yet. If we have maybe a low compression on that one, not too sure. But I did order some new injector cup O-rings, so put some new O-rings in it, and some red Loctite, and we'll get that injector cup back in there in the next video and get it all locked in, and we'll put it back together, and we'll see if it makes any difference or not. I don't think it will, but right now it's kind of looking like we have low compression on that injector, so I don't know if it's the piston rings. Not too sure. I don't recall it having much for blow-by, but yeah, so we shall see. It's a bit of a trial and error. If it still ends up smoking like crazy, I'll just do a compression test, probably through the glow plug hole, and we'll go from there. If it does have low compression in there, which it's kind of looking like it might, but if it does, then we'll have to make a game plan from there. But yeah, anyway, I should be posting that other video here shortly of me putting the injector cup and stuff in, and we'll see what she does. Thanks again for watching. I know this is a bit of a long video, or one of my longer videos, but hope you like it, and we'll see you on the next one.